What's good, everybody? All right, so we are here. We are doing the damn thing. It's just me today. It's just me, Oos. Day one ish. All right, let me know if y'all can hear me, if I sound like ass. It'll be much appreciated. And then we're going to get right into it because it's just me. All right, so I'm gonna do my best since I'm doing a double duty here. I'm gonna do my best to keep an eye on the TikTok chat as well as the Twitch chat. Hey, Sophie, thank you for letting me know because I wasn't sure. Yo, what's up? What up, Dub? WWE there. All right, so yes, today we are talking about Wrestlepalooza, an old revived WCW title, ECW title, in which, yeah, just this marks the beginning of the ESPN era. And listen, what a time, what a time to debut on the Disney-owned property, ESPN. Am I right? Um, but anyway, you guys, if you hear me kicking around and fumbling around over here, it's because one of my cats decided right now is the time that he wants love and affection, and you know he likes to be heard. So if you hear that, my apologies in advance. Anyway. But thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Yeah, as we go through the card, for if you've never been here, if you've never seen pre-preview before, it's our WWE-centric live stream where we talk through the upcoming PLE card, we make predictions, and we hear from y'all in the chat. So today is no different, even though my partner in crime, Kendra, is out of town. So that's why she is not here. But I think we're going to have a good time anyway. So if there's a prediction you have that you think something will happen or something you want to see, please throw it in the chat and let's talk about it. If you have any questions regarding anything we talk about or just anything you want to know about Beres Periodico or pre-preview or ringside for that matter, go ahead and drop that in the chat as well. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Dubs, for the likes. All right, so I say let's hop right on into it. So last night we had the go home show on Friday Night SmackDown, and it was okay. You know, it's always funny when you can tell most of the roster's already in the location. So, because it was a very light show in terms of how many wrestlers we saw. We saw a couple of vignettes. So from like R-Truth and some of the tag team division. So like there was that. That was kind of fun. But you could tell there was like no one there, which I thought was really, really funny. But nonetheless, we have our show set up. So let's go ahead and just get right into it, shall we? So I don't know the order of the card per se. What I do know is that John Cena versus Brock Lesnar will kick off the show, which I think is bold. Which I think is I feel like that. I thought that was going to be the main event. So nope, this is the very first match that we're going to see on the very first PLE on ESPN, unless you're international, and then it's on Netflix still. So what are we think? What are y'all thinking? Okay, with 6 dates left, do we think John Cena's losing? Let's see what Sophie says here. Did you see that sign last night about Brock? I did not. I'm not going to lie. That last, 30 minutes of the show before Drew and Cody came out, I actually fell asleep for a good 15, 20 of those minutes. So I missed the solo promo, and I missed the John Cena, Brock Lesnar recap of their history. Did the sign say something fun? Fun for us, at least. Because, no, I completely missed that one. I saw someone had a sign that said, someone eats corn the long way. Oh, shit. So Sophie's telling me that someone had a sign that said, he should not be here. We all know why. And they were right in the front. Oh no, I missed that one. I wonder if they got rid of that one quickly. Um, you know what? Good for them. Good for them. um, yeah. I see WWE fans sometimes y'all make me proud. When you're in person, you make me proud. When you're online, a lot of y'all piss me off, but it's okay. Not you, Sophie, obviously. Not present company excluded. Thank y'all for the continued likes. I appreciate that. Thank y'all, those of you who are popping in. Like I said, if you have any predictions of your own, or thoughts or feelings or concerns, please go ahead and pop them in the chat. I'll be glad to read them out loud, and just kind of talk through those with you. Okay, so going back to Cena versus Lesnar. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win this one. On paper, I feel like Lesnar's the safe choice. I feel like Brock's the safe choice because Cena's got. Well, but here's the thing: Cena's got 5 more dates. I don't think he has to win, and he hasn't won every single match on his retirement tour, right? So I don't think a loss is gonna do much in the way of like hurting him, right? But I wonder if this is a multi-series thing. That I think is what dictates, because if he loses, it makes me think they're gonna get one more shot at each other. But I don't know. I also don't know that I see Brock coming back and losing the very first match he has on ESPN. So I don't know. Maybe something big happens here. Maybe something. I don't want it to end in a DQ. I think for a match like this, it's okay to see a definitive winner, because I don't think it's going to hurt either of these guys. But I think you want to if you want to maintain that like constant threat that Brock is, he's probably the one to win, right? Am I crazy? Let me know what y'all think. I would love to hear, because I guess my prediction is that I think Brock takes this one. Hang on, I want to make this a little bigger on the Twitch screen here, and let's move it just a little bit. There it is. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Sophie agrees that Cena will probably lose. Yeah, I'm thinking Cena takes the loss on this one. I don't think it's gonna hurt him. If anything, I think that's how we justify Cena not being there for a few weeks and or months, right? I think something big's got to happen to keep him off, to really save those last. I mean, because we're only in the middle of September, we're heading toward the end of September, but thank God, wake me up. But yeah, I think we have to get some justifiable time off for Cena, and I think a couple of suplexes and F5s will be just what the doctor ordered to keep him off TV for a while. So I'm gonna go. Unfortunately, I think Brock is gonna take this one. But listen, Cena has been having some pretty banger ass matches in the latter half of his retirement tour. So who knows? This might be sort of an unexpected banger, which I think would be awesome. I would love that for him. But I can also see them really maintaining that monstrous allure of Brock Lesnar, the character. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna go Cena, with the possibility that maybe we see Brock and Cena down the road one last time. Anyway, that's and there's your Hamilton reference for the day, friends. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Again, I don't know the order of these matches, so let that be what it be, okay? All right, one of my most anticipated matches of the night, of the year. We got it once at the Raw after Mania. We're running it back. Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. And y'all, these are two of the best in the company right now. All joking and thirsting aside, right? for all my folks out there who also acknowledge that Stephanie's a brilliant, but some of y'all out there are freaky deakies, okay? Uh, um, yeah, this is one of my most anticipated matches of the night. I think this is going to be an absolute banger. Now, there's been a lot of discourse about this one, so I'm very excited to talk about this one with y'all, and I'm very interested to hear from y'all because there's been a lot of discourse over who should win this match and who should have a championship reign. Now, let's look at Io Sky, who, in my opinion, and again, you don't have to agree with this, in my opinion, is the best wrestler in WWE today. And I'm gonna let that sink in while I take a sip of my Café Bustelo. So, yeah, I think Io Sky is the best wrestler today in the men's division and the women's division. So, hey, Book. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, my friend. Book says, if Stephanie loses, I will riot. So here's what I'm getting at. Io Sky has been women's world champion. Now, there was a lot of criticism over her run as champion. This is around the time she was still with Damage Control. She was more of a heel champion before she sort of organically became popular. But there was a lot going on with the Rhea and Liv storyline that sort of took precedence, right? So, hey, thank you for the follow, Book. Over on TikTok. I appreciate that. There was a lot of criticism over, I think people were taking it out on Io, saying that her run was boring, but I really think it was just the booking. Again, unfortunately, you had a popular feud between two of your most popular women wrestlers in Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley that just kind of ate up the screen time, right? It ate up all the story time for them. So, which, I mean, that's a whole other issue of more women need to be featured in more segments. But so there was a lot of criticism over her last run. So on the one hand, I wouldn't mind seeing her have a run with the popularity as a babyface she has now to be a true fighting champion. I would love to see that. Now, let's go over to Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer came into WWE just firing on all cylinders. She came in and she was immediately popular over on NXT. She became a double champion over on NXT. She made a pretty quick call up to the main roster and has been popular there ever since. And then, I don't want to say unfortunately, but her match at Clash in Paris was canceled because of the beautiful circumstance that is Naomi getting pregnant and having to forego the championship. So I think that left WWE scrambling. And I can see why they might want to wait for a match like this to put on WrestlePalooza because they need to beef up the card and make it exciting for people to watch, especially if this is their first time tuning in or tuning in again to WWE. So, I get that. But I think because of all those circumstances, even though they're out of Stephanie Vaquer's control, it kind of hurt her in the long run. Ow. Sorry, my fucking cat just kicked me. I think that hurt Stephanie Vaquer a little bit because she's been off TV or not in matches for the longest time. And I know they just had her do a couple things here and there, but there was a good stretch of time where she wasn't doing anything, and which is unfortunate. I feel like there's a real missed opportunity, even if we're putting her in matches with, mid-card or just something to keep her in the general population's just awareness. I feel like they've I hate to say it like this, but I feel like they fumbled the ball a little bit in terms of keeping that momentum going. Now, of course, she's gonna go out there and she's gonna put on a banger match with Io. It's gonna do wonders for both of them. I don't think there's a real loser here, but in terms of who should be the champion, I don't know. I think a case could be made for both. I think having a new, fresh-faced champion like Stephanie Vaquer, just especially on Hispanic Latino Heritage Month, I think could be the shot of adrenaline that the rest of the women's division needs. Because Becky Lynch, as Intercontinental Championship, she's crushing it. She is crushing it. I love Becky's run right now. I love what she's doing with the Vision. I love her character. She's crushing it. So, I think there could be something really exciting to it could be something really exciting to have with Stephanie as our new fresh face women's world champion. Again, I think either way, we need a fighting champion. But I can also see if we get Io Sky, like we know we're building up to Asuka and Io Sky, right? So yeah, I don't know. This one's very difficult. I think the real winners here, it's us, the people watching who get to see this match, because I think they're going to go all in. Oh, shout out to the AEW fans. They're gonna go all in though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This one's hard. On the one hand, I'm a big Io Sky fan. I mean, you guys already heard me say it. I think she's the best wrestler on the roster right now, women or men. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about this match? Please let me know, because I'm struggling here. I think there's a case to be made for both, why both should win. I could certainly see Asuka being the reason Stephanie loses. And then that sort of sparks the beef between Asuka and Io, and then maybe that sets us up down the line for a triple threat between Io, Stephanie, and Asuka. Again, both all three matches would be matches like a feud between these three. Like, we're gonna be eating good for months, So, yeah. Oh, I hope I'm. Oh, okay, I'm recording. I was about to say, I hope I'm recording. I never pressed the record button, but I think it records it as soon as I start the stream. So, anyway, what do y'all think? Please let me know. If I had to make a prediction, so Book says, full honesty, I agree with every point. I think WWE is leaning towards Stephanie. I could see that too. I could, you know what? And I'm going to go the opposite direction of what I just said a little while ago. I could also see Asuka interrupting and being the reason Io loses. And then, Io's perceived ungratefulness could be why the Kabuki Warriors turn on Io, eventually leading back up to, I don't know, I think maybe an Io and Stephanie. I mean, I'm dreaming big picture here. Down at WrestleMania could be cool. Although I think eventually we're gonna see Rhea Ripley back in the picture here. So, yeah. But I don't know. I might be undecided on this one, guys. I think that I might be a draw on this one. I genuinely have no idea. Which is fun. That's the part that makes wrestling fun, is that where we could go any sort of way with this. And if I seem like I go down all different sorts of possibilities of storylines, I can't help it. I work in theater a lot, so like my brain is just constantly thinking of like different tactics and different methods we could use to get from point A to B to C and so on and so forth. Hey, let me make sure I'm reading your name correctly. D-Boy NXT, welcome to the stream, brother. Or my friend, I should say. Did you hear about The Rock coming tonight? I have not. Hey, listen. I mean, look, you can see my shirt. I don't know if y'all can see above me, but I've got my Final Boss Funko Pop. Like, I'm a big Rock fan, okay? But here's my thing. I wouldn't be surprised because it's ESPN. He shows up on these big moments. So like, he was there for the Netflix premiere. I wouldn't be surprised if he was there tonight. But I have learned as a fan of WWE and as a fan of The Rock that I will not hold my breath for him. I would love if he was there. Don't get me wrong. He's doing a lot of press for The Smashing Machine, a movie that looks amazing. I've been hearing amazing things about it. But yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool if he was there, but I'm not gonna hold my breath to wait for that man. I've been hurt. I've been hurt too many times. Okay, so D-Boy NXT asks, do you think Drew McIntyre will take the title away from Cody Rhodes? I think that's not going to happen. So you don't think Drew's going to win the title? Well, we will be talking about that. I don't know. I think it's a possibility, and I'll tell you why as soon as we get to the match. I think that's the main event, so I think so. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. All right, so you know what, guys, I'm gonna say I'm undecided. This isn't the I did a bad job on this one. I'm undecided between Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky. I just they're both incredible, and I think they both I think they'd both be incredible champions, for different reasons. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's Hispanic Heritage Month, Latino Heritage Month, so I don't know. Okay, let's talk about our tag team match here, okay? So we've got the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, yeet, right? Versus The Vision, and we've got Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed Ozilla himself, okay? My doppelganger, as I like to say. So there was something I heard about this match. Hang on. D-Boy NXT says, after Stephanie Vaquer wins the championship, I think Rhea Ripley will go after it. I think we're saving Rhea. I think we're saving Rhea for a I think we're saving Rhea for something down the road. Maybe like Crown Jewel. I think Crown Jewel is in Perth, Australia. So I think we're saving something for her there. I could see her not winning a title until WrestleMania. Honestly, I think that's what you need for her. I think you need to have her chase it. She's popular, so I think the payoff would be much bigger at one of those two things. So yes, but I don't think she's directly next in line. Personally, I don't think that, but who knows? I've been wrong many times before. So going back to the Usos and the Vision, I heard something about this match. Let me see how true it is, because if so, it's incredibly silly, but let's see. So it looks like the Usos and the Vision, this is off of Yahoo Entertainment, to be in the first ever EMF friendly match at WWE Wrestlepalooza. So from Aries, the industry leader in EMF protection, the idea that you need to be protected from electromagnetic frequencies okay, so this is an RFK ass match here. It's so stupid. I don't know what that means. It sounds like some quack doctor shit. But anyway, I apologize for the language. Those of you. This is John Cena's last run with Brock Lesnar. If it says in 2014, yes. I think Brock and John might have more than one match down the line. But when talking about the Usos and the Vision, yeah. So take that. I don't know. I guess they're gonna put some stuff on the turnbuckles and make this an EMF friendly match. It's all fake medicine. Whatever. Fine. Make your money, WWE, you greedy sons of bitches. But the Usos and the Vision. So Jimmy and Jay versus Bronson and Braun Breaker. So I'm gonna start with my prediction first. I think the Vision's taking this. I think the storyline here is, even though Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, legendary, iconic tag team, the best in the game, they're not on the same page right now. And I think we need to get back to making the Vision, especially these two guys, like a force to be reckoned with. So I think having this, not solid foundation between the Usos, the bloodline, is going to be what needs to happen for this. And I think it also sets up War Games pretty nicely. I think if we're going to see anything happen at War Games between these teams, although I'm worried about Bronson Reed showing up in another War Games, I want him to be okay. Don't go away, the Usos. Like, don't get rid of them. Oh, I heard something. Hey, Taekwon. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I also agree. I think the I think the Vision is taking this match. Who knows? Maybe those electromagnetic frequencies are what the Usos need to win. But because this is an EMF friendly match, they're whatever the fuck that means. Yeah, I think we're heading toward the Usos not winning this match against the Vision. Yeah. I, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say to that. Well, yes. Yeah, so I'm going the Vision, you guys. I'm going the Vision. I think the Vision's taking this one. I think we just need to make them. I don't think they're losing anything right now, but I think at the last big PLE, they lost their tag match. They already lost the tag match between Roman and Jay. I don't think we can do that again. I think we need to have them win something as a tag team to keep the allure of just being absolute dominance in the division. So I'm gonna go with the Vision. Let me know what y'all think if y'all have any other ideas. Otherwise, we gonna move on. So just to recap, we talked about John Cena and Brock Lesnar. I predicted Brock. I was undecided with Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer. And for this tag team match, I'm going the Vision defeating the Usos. No yeet. So Cena isn't losing until his final match. Well, here's Seth over. So you think Cena's going to win this one, and talking about Taekwon's predictions here, and Stephanie over Io. You think? I don't know. I don't know that I see Cena. I would love if Cena won, but I don't know that I see Cena beating Brock this time around. But I'm happy to be wrong. So I think this might actually be the main event, but I'm just going off the way WWE listed them on their website, or at least in the order in which I could find them on their website. So let's go ahead and this may be the main event. One of these two matches will be the main event. We have Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. Okay, so on the one hand, Cody Rhodes just won this title back. So I don't know that he's losing it. That's the easy answer. But I don't know how much more filming this man has to do for Street Fighter. And you don't necessarily need the title around, but part of me is torn, because part of me really wants to see the title on Drew McIntyre. Not because I dislike Cody, but oh, hey, Tina. Tina asks, will you be streaming the pay-per-view? I do not know if I can be completely. I've kicked around the idea, but I don't know. Maybe if I can figure it out. I do have a double screen system going on here because it's just me. So I don't know. I don't want to tell you yes, and then I'm not going to do it. So if you follow, you'll be notified of whenever I go live. So there's that. That's the best I can tell you. But thank you for asking, Tina. Thank you for the comment. So, yeah, part of me really wants to see Drew McIntyre be champion, but I don't know. I think this will be a very good match. Part of me is also curious about Randy Orton's involvement in this. This could go a couple of different ways. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, I know this match will be good when I watch it. but it's not the match I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to say that, but this will be a good match. I am excited for it. It's not my highest anticipated match, but I am excited for it. But yeah, I think it's Hispanic Heritage Month, so part of me is like, damn, it might be Cody Rhodes. It's probably gonna be Cody Rhodes, Cuban Cody, Cubano Cody. I don't know why I made him sound French. Cubano Cody. But yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, Cody Rhodes will probably win. Though, listen, how crazy, how batshit crazy would it be if Drew pulled out the win over Cody? I don't think we can do that twice in 1 year to Cody. A controversial win and a controversial loss. I don't think we can do that twice, especially since he just won the title back from John Cena. Yeah, I don't think we can do that. But listen, I think that would be the swerve of the fucking night. If Cody Rhodes lost his title in his very first ESPN PLE against Drew McIntyre, listen, I wouldn't hate it. Personally, I wouldn't be mad at it. Maybe it's just me. But in all honesty, I think this is probably the most straightforward match. I think it'll be a great match. These two are both awesome in the ring. Yeah, I think this is going to be a really good one. But I think it's also a pretty straightforward match. I just want Drew McIntyre to be a world champion. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask, WWE? I want Drew McIntyre to have a legit title run, and I want Damian Priest to have another world title run. Okay? What are we doing? What the hell are we doing? Someone get that son of a bitch Paul out of the Oval Office and get him on the phone. Anyway, sorry. You guys caught me. You guys caught me at a time when the vinegar's coming out. It's boiling. It's bubbling. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna go. Thank you for the likes. But yes, I'm going Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes for this one. Let me know what y'all think, why you think it, and what you think will happen. All right, so I think we've gone through all of our matches. I think this is the last match. I don't know that this is going to be the main event. I do think it's going to be Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. But, hey, Kendra's in the chat. She's here. So, we have one of the highest anticipated... Thanks. We have one of the highest anticipated matches here. We've got AJ Lee and CM Punk versus the man Becky Lynch and she's the Intercontinental Champion, and then we've got the World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins here in a mixed tag team match, marking AJ Lee's return to the ring after about a decade. And if I'm saying the Vision's going to win against the Usos, yeah, I think here... sorry, I missed y'all. Kendra says she's sorry she's not on the stream, but she's on a trip, on a work trip, on a ringside trip. She's surveying the field. No, she's out with her family. But yeah, I think here we've got... They're not gonna have AJ Lee lose her first match back. Like, Taekwon. Shut up. I'm not hiding anyone anywhere. I'm not hiding anything of anyone anywhere. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a really fun match. I don't think we're gonna see that 4-way kiss that AJ Lee had speculated, though, much to the chagrin of all the she's, the gays, and the theys, and the bis, all of them, everyone. Yeah, much to the disappointment of everyone. I don't think there's going to be a a four-way kiss here, but I do think we'll see. You know what? You know it should have happened. You know it won't happen. We're not going to see CM Punk hit Becky Lynch with a GTS, though. How crazy would it be if we did see Becky Lynch hit a manhandle slam to a CM Punk for the win? That'd be crazy. But no. No, I think this is going to be a really, really fun match. I'm excited to see what shenanigans they get into. I don't think it's going to stay in the ring the entire time. But yeah, I think this is another pretty straightforward one. CM Punk, AJ Lee. Yeah, I think they're walking out of this one with their heads held high. And who knows? Maybe that means we're heading into Survivor Series. Maybe AJ Lee is going to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. And I assume the Vision's going to play a big part in War Games. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a lineup similar to what we saw last year with Roman and the Usos and CM Punk taking on the Vision and whoever the fuck else. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen, but that's just me. But yeah, I think for this match, I'm definitely going AJ Lee, CM Punk. They're going to light it up. So what do y'all think? Let's quickly review all the matches we've discussed so far. Okay, so for those of you just popping in, we're going to go down the order in which I have them. This isn't necessarily the match order, with the exception of Cena and Lesnar are starting off the night. But let's start here. I predicted that Brock Lesnar was going to win and get John Cena off TV for a while. I shouldn't have paused there as long as I did. Kendra also predicts AJ Lee and CM Punk. She's booing Brock Lesnar. I don't know if that means she agrees or disagrees, but I'm going Brock Lesnar for this one. I just think we need John Cena to not be available for any storyline purposes up until he comes back, maybe at Survivor Series. I was at a draw for Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer. I was at a draw. I don't know who's going to win this match. I want them both to win. I want them both to be champion. So I'm leaning toward Stephanie. So Kendra says, so kind of Cena to put over the new upstart Brock Lesnar. Hey, that kid's got a real future ahead of him. A very, very dark future ahead of him. I shouldn't joke about those things. But for Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer, I was at a draw. I'm leaning Stephanie because it is indeed Hispanic Latino Heritage Month. So I don't think legally I can root against her for this one. Though Io Sky is one of my favorites. I think she's the best wrestler on the roster, men or women. We all want Io. That's exactly what I said, Kendra. I said the real winners of this match is us because we get to see this match. The Usos versus the Vision, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. For those of you who missed out when I was talking about this, apparently this is the first ever EMF friendly match. I guess they're going to have some sort of contraption that minimizes the electromagnetic frequencies. So I referred to this as the RFK Jr. match because that is a lot of nothing. That is bullshit. But that's not the wrestler's fault. That's just... Anyway. So the Usos, I have the Vision winning over the Usos. That's exactly what I said. I don't know what any of that means. But I have the Vision winning over the Usos. I don't think the Usos are seeing eye to eye. Shout out to Powerline. So I don't think they're going to take this one. And I think this is going to carry on over to War Games. I think we'll see the Usos and the Vision involved in the upcoming War Games match, men's War Games match. For Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, I'm going Cody Rhodes. I would love if Drew McIntyre won. Again, not because I'm hating on. Hey, Cody Burris 456. What's up, bud? Welcome to the stream. just sort of recapping what my predictions were for the card for Wrestlepalooza. So if you have anything you want to chime in with, please do. So I would love if ready for the ESPN era tonight. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun show. But I think Cody Rhodes is gonna beat Drew McIntyre. I would love if Drew won. I think that would be the absolute swerve of the night. But because Cody just won the title back from John Cena, I don't think that'll happen. Although I don't know how much more time he needs to film Street Fighter. So I don't think it's a out of the realm of possibilities that Drew wins over Cody. I just don't think that's going to happen. Oh my Soto, what's up, brother? I would have felt I thought about asking, but I know the time difference. I wasn't sure how early I was going to do this, so I didn't want to yeah. But thank you, man. I appreciate you. So I'm Gerald, welcome to the chat. I appreciate you. I'm going to actually go over that here in just a second. But yes, for this match, I'm going Cody Rhodes with about a 90% chance that Cody wins. But I think that 10% is not anything to look over. And then this, the ESPN, Cody says the ESPN era begins in 5 hours. That's right. And it's also going to be in movie theaters, not to... Oh my God! Sorry, my cat just bulldozed over here. The Wrestlepalooza is also showing in select Regal cinemas, so not to give them free publicity, but I did go see SummerSlam Night 1 in movie theaters, and that was a hell of a good time. So if you're, not necessarily wanting to buy the ESPN package right now for reasons. You could go to a movie theater and just make it a one and done thing. So that is a possibility. And it's a really great time in a movie theater. So, Gerald says, okay, bet. Thank you. Glad I'm here, bro. Can't wait to watch it. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. And thank y'all for the likes. We're over 1,000 likes right now over on TikTok. So for the mixed tag team match, I think this is going to be one of the most fun matches of the night. We've got the man, Becky Lynch, Intercontinental Championship, one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time. It's not just her that says that. It's a lot of people that say that. Sports Illustrated say that. The Chicago Tribune says that. The Tampa Bay Times say that. And then we've got the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins versus CM Punk, and the returning AJ Lee, marking her return to the ring after about 10 years. Now, I'm excited for this match. I talked a little bit about it before. So my prediction is I think AJ Lee and CM Punk will walk out with the win. I got back into wrestling around 2021. So I actually missed out on the entirety of AJ Lee's original run. I'm actually very excited to see. I mean, I've seen some of her stuff, her past stuff now, but it's all after the fact. It's all after, I didn't get to see her when she was actually with the company 10 years back. So, or through the 10 years since she was with the company is what I'm trying to say. So I'm excited to see her first match back. She's one of the most ripped people I've ever seen. So, I'm excited to see what she does in the ring. I think we'll get some fun spots here. But because I think Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are winning their match against the Usos, I think the other half of the division, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, I do think they're going to take the loss for this one. AJ Lee will probably make the pin. I would love if AJ Lee made the pin over Seth Rollins. That would be a lot of fun, but they're cowards and they would never do that. I missed the goal. So I used to be a big wrestling fan when I was growing up. So I was around for the Attitude Era. I was around for for a good chunk of the Ruthless Aggression era, but it was around the PG era that I really kind of stopped watching. So I missed out on a lot in those years, the Super Cena years, if you will. But apparently, so I got back into it sort of at the tail end of the Thunderdome era, and then have been watching pretty religiously ever since. So, but no, I it's me getting back into wrestling a few years ago. Oh no, I grew up watching wrestling. It was my everything. Cody Burris on Twitch says, Brock Lesnar, send the message on John Cena. What? Yes, Brock Lesnar. So, oh man, has anyone checked on Corey Graves? Is he okay? Is he alive? But hot take. I think AJ Lee will lose. Whoa, Gerald. That I don't. Yeah, see, I disagree. I don't think they're gonna have her lose her first match back. Again, I've been wrong before. You know, I think on Monday that spot between them, that little segment between them, was really fun. Of how the lengths of what Division will do to be unpredictable. And to secure their spots, but who knows? I just personally, I don't think they're gonna lose this match. I think especially because it's the first ESPN show. I think they're gonna want these super popular folks walk out winning as much of it as possible. Taekwon, I can't. Ay, Dios mío. I don't even know if my comments are showing up on screen for some reason. Hang on one second. Did I? What the heck? No, I don't know. I can't. Oh, God. Oh, no. What did I do? I don't know. Anyway. See, I didn't think about. Yeah, see, like, and that's what's sort of fun about wrestling is that, like, a lot of. I mean, obviously, it's all we're all here because it's our favorite TV show, one of our favorite TV shows, right? And that's exactly what it is, a TV show. But there is that little bit of like, not realism, but just sort of realism of like, okay, well, we have to use some sort of like sports logic here, right? Or not even sports logic. I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know how to describe it right now. I'm running low. No, I'm not. I needed to drink more of my coffee. So like one can assume the winners for tonight's card. Oh, that's why it makes no sense. WWE is going to ESPN. Like these battles they are predetermined. I do think that's why. That's where the storylines in WWE really sort of do a lot of the heavy lifting of keeping it unpredictable. Now, I'm a firm believer that just because a show is predetermined or predictable, I don't think that means it's a bad thing. And I know, I'm not saying that you said that, but I'm just saying in general, I don't think predictable is a bad thing. I just think it's all about execution. I mean, you can have a predictable match and still have a really great match, So that's just me. But yeah, so that is the card. That's the card for WrestlePalooza. I think this is going to be a very fun match. Someone early on in the comments mentioned I just want to acknowledge it. Someone in the comments mentioned the possibility. I did a good job of not bringing this up at all, but they mentioned the possibility of The Rock showing up tonight. I've learned to not get my hopes up. I'm not expecting him to, though he was there for the Netflix premiere, so I wouldn't be surprised if I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying I'm calling for it. I'm not saying that he's going to be there. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if he was there because it is ESPN. So, Taekwon, you weren't here for that part of the stream. I didn't bring him up. I didn't even mention him. Someone in the chat over on TikTok mentioned him. Let's see. The Rock. So Kendra says The Rock is always returning tonight. Exactly. Yeah. The looming threat of the final boss. Weren't we going to get another women's wrestler after we got AJ, or is that for the next pay-per-view? You mean like a match or like another? Oh no, I think you're right. I think there was something that Kendra Taekwon says to shut up. I think we did hear something about there being another return in the women's division, didn't we? I forgot about that. Maybe. I'm always so interested in how they do returns because like usually it's in the form of like an interruption of a match or something. So they don't ever just call someone out, right? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I could see Paige. I don't think. I think we're gonna be waiting a long time for a Sasha Banks return if she ever does return, which I don't think is out of the realm of possibilities either. But yeah, I mean, I listen. I would love for Sasha Banks to return, but especially now that AJ Lee is back, I could see that being someone that she would really want to wrestle. Get the CEO in there, right? But I don't think that The Rock will be there. I think he's too busy promoting his movie, The Smashing Machine, and we'll let him do that. Okay? And if he does show up, cool. If not, that's cool too. I do think that the spot with Corey Graves last night was purely to get Pat McAfee on the show tonight on commentary. They're in Indianapolis, so I think he'll be welcomed with open arms. I think it's Paige only since they've been hinting at her so much. The trailer for thanks Kendra. See you next time. Well, see you tomorrow. And don't forget, you're my number one customer. Shout out to anyone who gets that reference. I saw that I saw that they referenced her on the Homecoming trailer. So I mean, what else is she doing, right? No tea, no shade to her, but what else is she doing? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they started trickling those folks back in, which I think could be cool. All right, well, that about covers Wrestlepalooza. Hey, y'all, this has been a really, really fun time. I appreciate y'all being here. If you're not already, please make sure you are following us wherever you're watching. If that's on Twitch, if that's on TikTok, make sure you're following us. That way you can be notified of any time we go live. We don't only do these pre-per-view streams. We also have Perez in the Parks, which is our Disney park-centric or theme park-centric live stream that we do. We just give updates, and sometimes we might even stream from the parks. We also have our podcast Ringside with John and Kendra. That's going to be where we talk about the widest variety of things, from wrestling to pop culture, movies, music, theater, whatever the hell else comes up, TV, and more. You can also listen to my horror-centric podcast, John/John, where I and my good buddy John talk about horror movies and go through various different franchises. We do have another park stream coming up, Taekwon. We have one coming up in about, I think next Saturday. So keep an eye out on our social medias, which leads me to my next thing. Follow us on all of our various social medias so that way you can see the announcements of when we're putting up new episodes or doing new live streams. That way you can always be updated and just join in on all of the fun. With that, so you can also catch all of our pre-previews on, if you missed the entirety of the stream, you can always catch them on YouTube as well as all of our episodes of our podcasts. So 999 Perky over on Twitch says there are two Johns. Sorry, let me go to the TikTok chat and then I'll come back to you, Saquon. 999 Perky asks, what time does it start? So Wrestlepalooza starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time, at 6 p.m. Central. I think that's 4 p.m. Pacific in the States. If you're not in the States, I can't help you. I don't know. But if you're on the East Coast, 7 p.m. And Taekwon, the multiverse of Johns. There are two Johns. There's me, and then there's my good friend John Millsap, who is my my co-host of John/John. So it is the two of us. And I know what you're thinking. Two dudes talking about movies on a podcast? Pass. I promise. We're not all that bad. Listen, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't name him. Shout out to my boy John. Hey Maxwell, thank you for liking the stream. Soto, welcome back. So yeah, if you're not following us on any of those, please make sure you're following and subscribe to all the various things. Would love for all of y'all to continue joining us as we do these streams. And yeah, that wraps up our time here for pre-preview. I almost said ringside. So we will see y'all for the next one. Peace.